Hey guys, I'm Tanya Curren. I'm the Scaly mom on TV Scaly Adventures, and I just wanted to talk to you today, parents and children as well, but parents just to encourage you. I was a teacher in public and private schools. That's what my degree is in. I actually love the little kids, love them all, but my favorites are the kindergartners and the first graders. So I taught in public and private before I homeschooled Pierce his whole life. So I have been homeschooling for a long, long time, and I know it's tough. And a lot of you have been thrust into a position where you are doing the distance learning, the at-home learning, the e-learning that the schools are requiring right now since we're all home from the coronavirus issues. And so it's a big, big transition. And I just wanted to come to you today to encourage you. This is a time of transition and change. And during those times, there's a lot of fear. You feel out of control. Your kids feel out of control. And that makes the anxiety levels go up and up and up. And I just wanted to encourage you to not be so hard on yourself or them. We all deal with change differently. We all deal with fear and anxiety differently. And so sometimes it causes us to lash out or be a little bit more sharp with our words and short-tempered. So when you're all smushed together in the house, it's important to take a breath and not be so hard on yourself, because sometimes we can have these expectations of what things should be, and then here's the reality of what really is happening, So just take a breath. You're going to get through this, and you're doing a great job. Also, talk to your children about their fear. This is really important, and we always try to keep those lines of communication open with Pierce. And in fact, even now in college, he will tell us all kinds of things, and that is priceless to us, that he feels comfortable enough to talk about the hard stuff. So your kids might be afraid because they're hearing all kinds of things. They can't see their friends. Sports have been canceled. Movies have been canceled. So I just encourage you to have conversations with your kids, open and honest, and really go there with some of their fears and remind them that they're in a safe place and that they are loved. Also set some hours for school, but be flexible. So this was important for me when I was homeschooling. I had hours that we were going to do school so that it wouldn't go too late or start too early, and that worked for my family schedule. And remember, you might be seeing a lot of your friends post on Facebook and online what they're doing, and that's great if you can glean some advice that's helpful to you. But if it doesn't work for your family, it doesn't work for your family, and that's totally okay. So make sure you set some hours for school and take lots of breaks. That is particularly important with boys, but both boys and girls. You get outside, let them play, let them stretch, let them watch a video, maybe educational, maybe something just mindless and fun to turn their brain off, because they're under a lot of pressure as well. So that's just something that has helped me over the years. And another thing was I had a designated space for school. This may or may not work for you, but for me, it was very important to have Pierce's school in one area so that the rest of the life in the house could go on, laundry and cooking, and we could have our relaxing areas. So for me, it was very important to have all of the school books and his supplies and things in one space. When he was done with homeschooling, he was done with homeschooling. So if that will work for you with your children, try that rather than having it all over the house in books, because sometimes that's stressful to kids when they see homework here and homework there and homework there, Another thing you can do is to try new skills. So let's say that your child is struggling with something. This is a great time to tackle it together and say, look, maybe you're having a hard time with math. Let's try to watch some new math videos. And the great thing about this time online is I am seeing a flood of free online resources. So if your child is struggling, really pay attention and jump into that with them. And then also don't be afraid to try something different, like cooking or sewing or some life skills. Teach your kids how to change the oil or a tire or do some yard work. This was a valuable part of Pierce's homeschooling. He learned to work with his hands outside with his dad. He learned to do repair projects, all kinds of things. I taught him how to cook so that he could be self-sufficient. So try new things. It doesn't just have to be out of a book. And then pay attention to how your child learns. Remember, children learn differently. I'm a very tactile, kinesthetic person. In fact, when I'm listening to someone talk for a long period of time, if I don't take notes, I'm not going to remember it. I'm not a great verbal learner. So I'm visual. I remember visuals. That's why we do a lot of visuals with Scaly Adventures and stuff, because we think that kids remember them better. So pay attention to how your child is learning, and then you will learn even more about them, and you can enhance that. And in fact, it's really fun to jump into your child's passions with them. That's why I have a lizard in my hand right now. I did not have a lizard in my hand before I had Pierce, okay? So we jumped into Pierce's passions with him. It's been amazing. We've had so much fun and made so many great memories. So here's the great thing. You have an opportunity. This is an opportunity in time where you can make some new memories. Yes, there's transitions and it's tough, but you can make some memories with your kids, and you're having time that you might not otherwise have, because if both parents work outside the home, you're not seeing them for a big chunk of the day. Well, now you do. So try not to get on each other's nerves, but instead say, let's do a photo journal or video journals, or you can even start your own YouTube channel and set everything to private where you have to approve the posts. So if you're afraid of random people making posts underneath your page, I actually have our page still set to where I have to approve every post, just because people post a lot of crazy stuff. So that way you can help your child get their voice out into the world and they can share their passion. So think outside the box and look for fun and creative ways you can make memories together as a family. And also wanted to end with this too, just hold your children accountable, but with love. They've got to do the work. But you have to be hard on them for that. But remember, again, they're having a really hard time. So for us, if Pierce was having a terrible day like on a Friday, we did school on a Saturday. That was totally fine. As long as the work got done, we could move those hours around. So I set the hours, but then we were flexible. So please remember that you can do that as well. So unless there's something that they have to log in with a teacher for e-learning, if there's extra book work and reading and they're just having a bad day on an afternoon, let them do it over the weekend. Move it, but then hold them accountable. Students or your children have a way of playing on your emotions. And I'm a mom, so this is no different. I am there with you. Okay. And Pierce learned how to play me. And Pierce's thing when he was growing up was he would always tell me how he felt about a situation. And he would say, I don't want to do school. I don't like it. I don't feel like doing it. And so one day I said, I got this stapler. And I said, Pierce, this is a stapler. Its job is to staple. It doesn't matter what the stapler feels about it. Its job is to staple. And I said, you are a student. Your job is to be a student. Doesn't matter how you feel about your work. Your job is to do it, and to do it with excellence, to the best of your ability. And I encourage you to share that with your kids. Maybe not the stapler part. That was a little Scaly Mom Tanya-ism, but this was a way for me to say it doesn't matter how you feel in this moment. You have to do the work, and we can talk about your feelings in general. And by the way, you do acknowledge, I understand you don't want to do it, and I love you. Another tip that just came to me, I would always tell Pierce, I'm always your mom. Okay, we love you unconditionally, but right now I'm your teacher. And as your teacher, you're going to do it. And that's the way it's going down. So I set very clear, firm boundaries as his teacher. And then when he would leave that homeschooling area and he would talk to me as his mom, or I'd go into mom mode. That we got to do chores. We got to do this. This is what's happening. Take care of your reptiles. So if you can try to get into that mindset when you have to, and just say, right now, I'm speaking as your teacher. This is going to be done. And it doesn't matter if you don't like it. We're going to do it. You're going to do a great job because I believe in you. And then we can have a break and we can go play or watch a movie or whatever it is that you want to do. So I just encourage you to just, in this time while you're already together at home, make memories. Remember, you're doing a great job. You're a great job. You are their parent for a reason. You're the best. And if you're a grandparent or another family member who is stepping up right now to step in and help out, thank you. And you're doing a great job. And take the word perfect out of your mind. There is no perfect. None of us is perfect. We're all doing the best that we can, and we will get through this. And even if we have a new normal, things will resume to more normal life, okay? So just remember, we're here for you. If you want to check out scalyadventures.com, you can find our TV show that airs every Saturday at noon on Daystar and on many, many other networks throughout the week, even if you don't have cable. And then on YouTube, we've got over 500 videos that are all free. They're there for your kids, and we're here for your kids too. Let me close just by saying, if you have a student who has seen Scaly Adventures and loves us and is having a particularly hard time and they need a special message from us, just send us a message, an email at info@scalyadventures.com, and we will do our very best to send them a message back just saying they can do it. We're proud of them and we believe in them. So remember, we believe in you and we're here for you, and we will get through this together. Take care.